Welcome, everybody. Very excited here. It is a Friday night for us with Matt, Jack, and Nikki. Super excited about this. We've actually been planning this for a long while. We got ourselves some fancy beverages here, and we are here to talk all things Star Wars CCG and Lord of the Rings CCG. Matt's going to be kind of our MC as we go through this. But Jack and Nikki have been getting into Star Wars CCG and Lord of the Rings, playing it, and they also have some other collecting goals with foils and stuff like that. So really excited and curious to see where they're at with their journey, their thoughts on the game, and where they see all this going. And Matt's also going to fill us in with kind of his thoughts on, the current state of like the market, the saturations, TCGs, and all that stuff, and hopefully provide us with some very insightful thoughts to takeaways with this. So I'm going to hand this over to Jack and Nikki because they're going to start ripping some Lord of the Rings stuff here and also tell us about how they got into this and where they're going with this. So really excited to have you guys.
Well, I mean, we're certainly excited to be here.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I already am thinking about packs and which packs to open. And I know that we're going to start with Siege.
Okay.
So that's where my brain is going right now. But you mentioned how we got into it. And it was
why don't you tell them, tell everybody how we got into it.
So a couple of months, I want to say, maybe a year into dating, he turned to me one day and he said, "I'm about to reveal to you my addiction." And
she's just like, please, not sports gambling. Please, not sports gambling.
And it turned out to be Star Wars cards. And I watched him kind of collect them and talk about playing them. He taught me a little bit of the game. I got him some of them for Christmas and his birthday and all of that. And then one day I said, "Is there a Lord of the Rings card game?"
And I said, "No, it's too powerful of a drug."
And he rolled with it. And it was this past Christmas. So we haven't been doing this for long. It was this past Christmas. He got me 3 starter decks for Christmas. And since then, we've kind of jumped into it. Star Wars is, I mean, we both love Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, but Star Wars is more his like expertise, whereas Lord of the Rings is mine.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is really like her jam. Like she knows more about, the whole world. And, it's actually been a really fun experience learning Lord of the Rings and introducing her to Star Wars. And, we started just ripping random starter decks and booster packs, just acquiring cards so we could play. And as we learned, we realized that this was a giant world and there was a lot to learn. And that's why we're so grateful for, people like you, Matt, who make some very educational videos. And, Kyle, I've played a lot of your stuff, too, for Nikki when it comes to Star Wars. Just, ripping packs and watching contents is such a bonus, and it makes collecting and playing a lot funner. So I know we both have really enjoyed this experience and everything that you guys have been putting out too.
I mean, that is just like such a wonderful love story right there. Like, I mean, like, right there, I would watch the movie under 90 minutes, right? I'm not giving more than 90 minutes of my time. But I just want to say that if someone told me 4 years ago I would be like helping with dead card games that I played as a kid, I was just like, no, I think I'll have cooler hobbies. But it turns out like this is the coolest hobby that I could have ever found. It's been so fulfilling, and both kind of playing and collecting and organizing. Today I was talking with my significant other, and I was like, I kind of want to just organize my binder. She's like, whatever makes you happy. You want to reorganize the way that's cool. You want to do that for 2 hours, but there's just a lot of like joy, and it can also be kind of meditative. And obviously there's the thrill of opening packs, but also figuring out deck building and organizing and all this stuff. So really welcome to the community, guys. It's there's not many of us. We're always looking to find more people. So but that's kind of all I have. You want to open some packs?
Yeah, we'll get into it. As I mentioned, we're working on a full movie block collection with Siege and Return of the King kind of being a focus right now. So I think that's probably what we're gonna, jump into there.
Siege of Gondor is such a cool set. I think it might be the lowest printed. A lot of times these middle sets and these movie blocks are like the middle child. I'm a middle child, so I can speak about this. Right? Like everyone's excited for the first one and then the last one, but you kind of skip the middle one, like the sophomore slump or something. Right. And so I think Siege of Gondor just doesn't have quite the print run. There's a lot of cool cards in there, a lot of playable stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see what you guys pull in this. I haven't opened one of those in a while.
Yeah, and this is my girl right here, obviously. Aowen is such an inspiration to me and definitely contributed a lot to how I grew up. I'm insufferable.
Yeah.
She's badass.
Very competitive.
Oh my goodness! This morning, speaking about competitive, we played a game this morning, and let's just say there was a point where she lost the Belrog, and fists almost flew.
I hit the table really hard. Okay. Okay, slow. Let's see that right.
Whatever order you guys want to do this, they're your packs, so whatever order you guys want to do is great.
We have a couple of this.
Yeah, we do. Legolas. It's always nice seeing main characters.
Oh, I really like getting non-school works too, so that's good to have. Can add that too.
Yeah, I like playing Wraiths.
Oh, an amount.
Matt, what are some of the key cards out of this set that come to mind? Like,
so the biggest card is called I think it's Saved from the Fire. It's a Gandalf card that's like just really good in Gandalf decks. You can spot them and then sort of help like shuffle cards around. So that's like the big like most valuable. But there's really interesting names. There's like Shelobs in it. There's 2 variations of Shelob. Yeah, like a couple trolls. There's like just pretty good like Umbar, like the little sea captain people. Actually, Peter Jackson I think is in this set, like because he's like one of the random pirates.
cool.
I forget which character he is.
Jack, Nick, how would you guys describe like your deck style?
Like,
wow! Whoa.
Sorry, she just pulled a foil.
Ooh.
I can't see the tech. What one is that? Sorry, I can't see the name.
Morgenroth Agitator.
Oh, nice.
That's a really nice foil. That's got a lot of.
What was the rare there?
The rare was it's unheard of, which I know we have.
Okay.
This, or at least I say that every time though. I say, oh, we have that, or oh, we don't have that, and it totally ends up being the opposite. So. Also, here's something interesting. So,
we
got 2 of him, 1 standard, and then 1 is a foil.
Honestly, the foils in this game just look so good. So I think it's 1 in every 7 packs. So like, there's about 6 in a booster box should be a foil. So that's a good lucky pull there.
Yeah, definitely.
From a loose pack, right? Like that's from a box.
Yeah, we'll put that aside there.
Here, I'm gonna hand you cards.
Yeah, we can do that. Work out the process here.
That's promising.
So can I ask you guys where you found these packs?
So most of the stuff we acquire either most of it's on eBay. I have found some stuff in the wild, like just through Facebook Marketplace. That we ended up picking up when we first started deciding, all right, we want to commit some resources to this game. I found a guy who was selling a collection locally, and he had like so much stuff. And I was like, let me pump the brakes here because you're throwing out some big numbers, and I'm just trying to, learn baby steps, as Bill Murray would say.
That's the thing with all card games is like 1 is nothing, and then you realize that there's 20,000 is a lot. Physically, emotionally, it's just a lot of cards.
Yeah.
But you guys should try drafting with some of this stuff or building a little cube. That's like a really fun exercise to kind of build a cube.
That sounds interesting because that's what we do with the the group of Star Wars CCG players that I play with locally. We do a cube draft, and actually, a lot of them are actually headed to Columbus this weekend for I think it's like super mega worlds or something like that. So if you're from Pittsburgh and you're driving, be safe if you catch this video, and if it's in the future, I hope you guys win. So,
yeah, there's a pretty good crew out. Ooh, that's a good one.
Sorry, that was loud.
Oh, nice.
I've heard that card referred to as the Harvey Weinstein card.
Yes.
He's not a foil, but he's really like shiny. I like him a lot.
Yeah, foil as well. All his warts are.
He's centered real nick. He has a nick though.
He has a nick.
Yeah, he's a nick, but he's centered really nicely.
Yeah, I did hear the Harvey Weinstein situation. When it came to trying to get the movie, made. I guess there was a lot of contention about how the director wanted to, Mr. Jackson wanted to go out and make his trilogy. And when you have someone like Peter Jackson steering the machine, I think you just let a man like that do whatever he wants.
Yeah, because he was, by the time they finished like Two Towers, like I know he was like pretty exhausted with just dealing with like the bureaucracy of like coming back down. I think he made that pretty vocal. It was just like so exhausting, like dealing with these business heads.
I think honestly, making a movie of the scale of like, Lord of the Rings or an Avatar, you're basically running a small city, right? Like that's what like you're doing effectively with like all these extras, all these people. Like you're running a small village. This is like fun movie trivia about Two Towers. There's like the scene where Sauron goes to like greet the orc horde outside of the tower, and like they got that footage from like a cricket game, or they got the noise of a cricket game. So it's like the crowd at a cricket game, all like
to get them all chanting that like really sound like 10,000 people.
That's some smart sound design.
Yeah, I mean it does sound like a lot of people, so it is really impressive. I know for Return of the King, that scene where like at the very end when Aragorn and everybody else is getting in a circle,
running around in a minefield.
Oh yeah. I think your rare might be coming up next. Maybe.
This is the rare.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Scouting.
I don't know too much about it. This isn't a set I know super well. I usually play like Fellowship Block.
What we're working on right now. Oh, that would have been a nice spoil, but it's not. It's okay. All right. Okay, now we're going into Reflections, which this is the first. Is this the first one I've opened?
Nah, I think you've opened like 2 or 3.
Okay.
So far.
Oh, yeah, because it's yeah. All right.
And
for people just kind of. Sorry, go ahead, Kyle.
Sets. Reflections covers what sets, Matt?
It is its own set, so it's like set 9, and there's 54 foils in it. They did a very confusing thing with the foils, where there's an R, which is like a common foil, and an R plus are the ones you're after. So there's probably like 4 or 5 R pluses that are all like pretty valuable. Like there's a lot of really good R pluses, but the Saruman Elven Rope is, I think that's just a regular R.
Mm-hmm.
But the R like Sauron, Gil-galad.
Ooh, another foil.
Oh. You can get some crazy stuff in there because it was basically just like what they had left in a warehouse. So it is all. I think the cards in it go up to set 6. I think it's been a minute since I opened one, but usually there's a foreign language card in there as well. There's like usually a couple rares. Sometimes you get a couple foils. Like you can get some real good stuff in Reflections packs.
Yeah, because those packs aren't cheap. They're somewhere in the 40 something range, right?
Yeah, like 30 to 40. I think you can kind of find them. So, but you can get some really good pulls from them. So no R pluses. I haven't spotted any rares. It's a little hard to see the camera.
Yeah, we'll have to go back here and just double check everything. The 2 foils that were pulled so far were
the nice looking side.
Yeah, Rings of Rancor and Elven Rope.
Yeah, I think those are both just the R, not the R pluses. Did you get anything in a foreign language?
No, not that I've seen so far.
We'll have to go back.
I don't think we have this one.
No, we'll have to go back and double check for the foreign language
so
one.
Common. I didn't see any R plus.
Matt, how long have you been playing Lord of the Rings?
Well, I played it as a kid for like 2 years, and then just kind of lost track of it a little bit. But I've been playing I would say maybe 2 years. Star Wars CCG is more the game I play a lot online, like through GEMP, which is a great platform to learn if people haven't. But I'm a big fan of the game. I think it's really fun to collect. Sorry, hard to tell.
It's so rare, but it's just R, not R plus.
Yeah.
Secret Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the Mandarin cards in this, which are cool. I have maybe 20 Mandarin cards, so that's one of the coolest things you can pull in there. Is Mandarin was printed in one set.
I'll definitely. While you open up that pack, I'll go through and take a look and everything like that.
I didn't see anything in a foreign language.
I'll do some double checking and everything like that. Kyle, you said you have some Lord of the Rings cards too, right?
Yeah, I did. I got some from Matt. I've picked up some random ones like along the way. I ordered some of the starter deck boxes I was missing, but I don't really have that much. I do have a complete set. Interestingly,
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's just an R foil, but so I think there's 26 R foils and 26 R pluses. So I think the next one will be your R plus. I think are 1 in every 3. I think so. In theory, this one should be an R plus.
Yeah, we'll see.
It is,
no.
And it's a foil.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty awesome. I like
that's
that.
a good card in decks actually. So that's a pretty handy card.
Pretty playable.
Yeah, looks great.
I really like that.
It does look great. I have a full set of Black Rider, interestingly enough. I think I bought that randomly. I don't know why, what I was thinking. And then I was like, what am I?
Cheap. It's like maybe $100 for the full set or something.
I don't know what I just felt inclined to see what like an entire set looked like. So I was like, I'm just going to buy this. I think I got
Is that the Witch King from set 6 maybe?
And it's a foreign language.
Oh, that's fun. What language is it? That's always fun. It's like which is Italian versus French versus Spanish. It's like a little.
I think this is Italian.
Yeah, that looks Italian.
Ogni volta shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Italian.
Oh, that's kind of.
Oh no, did we freeze?
I think you did freeze, but you're back now. Yeah,
we're back there.
We're back.
But yeah, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Here, take that one. All right, this is what I lost earlier today.
Is that the one from set 2? Yeah, the common from set 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get some more rares here.
Okay, there's a rare. Southern Troop.
Southern Troop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, now we know what the last one is.
Ooh, Treebeard.
Treebeard.
Common Treebeard, or is that the rare? I can't remember.
It's a common.
Common Treebeard. Okay.
Oh, he looks new.
Yeah, the cards there are just kind of all over the place.
And an uncommon.
It was a great, strategy to move inventory and create something new. Like Decipher really kind of, knew what they were doing with that.
Absolutely, Warboomik is pretty good. You guys have you played with like kind of the Southron, the Men of the South? It's kind of a fun deck.
It's been a while, but we did play it at one point.
Yeah. So when we first started acquiring cards and everything like that, we basically made a couple decks that were like, for lack of a better word, movie block, without really knowing how to play movie block, and
or knowing how to play it all.
Yeah, knowing how to play it all, and once we realized that we really wanted to like batten down the hatches and learn the finer points, we just decided, all right, let's deconstruct all the decks. Let's start from scratch. And then we basically made just 2 decks to play just Fellowship and then learn all the mechanics the right way and then just gradually build up and stuff like that. But we have played a lot of the Southerners and a lot of the other cultures. Rohirrim is something we're really interested in.
That's our favorite, probably. Well, at least it's my favorite, Rohirrim.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys are doing it right because you can just kind of build whatever decks you want to play against each other. You don't have to worry about like, what's the meta? What is the best build of it? You got the right way to do it.
I was gonna say, like, at least I haven't done this with Lord of the Rings, but I have with like Star Wars Unlimited and Lorcana. You can get like, you just design kind of 4 decks that play well against each other, and that doesn't require crazy rares or like obscure stuff. Like you literally just kind of look for some basic synergy, and a lot of times like you can find that with the commons and uncommons. Like if you have a few rares, like great, but to get the cards to play well against each other and stuff, like doesn't need to be overcomplicated, and that way you just have like ready-made cubes. So like Matt was saying, like you can just get a few people together and play that and not have to worry about what cards are coming out and meta and all that. You just have like, oh, we can play these, we know them, there's no crazy surprises, and it can be fun and relatively cheap. And I think that's like a good way if you're really playing like locally, for the most part. I mean, if you're entering tournaments and stuff, that's different. You kind of have to know all that, but
all this stuff is just for fun these days, right? That's kind of how I view it. Everything is for fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because going and playing locally for at Star Wars CCG for the first time. Full disclosure, I've played about like I don't know 12 games so far, and I'm 0 for 12. Most of the guys locally, they've been playing like they never set the game down, or if they did, it was only for like a year or two. And growing up playing Star Wars, I played basically from like 5th grade up until like 7th grade, and then I sat the game down basically until the winter of 2022. And yeah, I think to try and go up against someone like a world champion in a competition would be kind of naive. It'd be a good experience, but kind of naive.
Yeah, I think there's like two camps where like some people are playing this like they've been playing for 20 years, it's their favorite thing, and that's really great to have done something for 20 years. And I'm not that person. I've been back for like basically four years. Time flies, and I'm having fun with it. But like I don't. This is not the place for me to be competitive in, right? Like this is not going to be the thing that I'm going to be like a wunderkind playing for 25 years thinking about stuff.
Yeah. So. It's cool to watch, those very experienced players play, because then you learn a couple things. You can bring them in. Like we were just watching the World Championship streams the other day or something like that, and we both looked at each other and we were just like, "Wow, we
have no idea what we're doing."
That's great, though. That's a great fun. Yeah, right. Like. It's funny, like that the Lord of the Rings community, it's like a bunch of Czech dudes. It's like a bunch of like Czech people and like maybe a few like these are definitely Americans, but like for some reason this game is so popular in Czech Republic. I don't know what they put in like the soup over there, but like
I'm like 25% Czech, which is funny.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, right. Well, that's one of the cool things about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings is that it is kind of like a global community, and it's a very fun facet that you could, be working out a trade, playing a game with somebody on the other side of the world. And it's a great way to, build community.
Well, not only that, but now that Lord of the Rings has the Hunt for Golem is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Being created by Andy Serkis, right? Like, I think that's going to be awesome. And I know you guys haven't binge watched Rings of Power, and I know some people have a lot of strong feelings about that, but I honestly thought season 2 was like really great. Like I really thought that, and they're planning on doing 5 seasons, I think. So say what you want, but like the fact that the IP is really strong and like there's more coming out is just super exciting too.
So this is not at all meant to be like a cool story bro moment, but one of the guys I went to college with, I was at like a party and I was just chatting. He's like, "Oh, yeah, my brother works in like Hollywood stuff." I'm like, "That's cool. Like, what's he known for?" He's like, "Oh, he's working on the Lord of the Rings show." I was like, "Oh, that's dope." I'm like, "What your last name's McKay?" He's like, "Oh yeah, my brother's the showrunner of Rings of Power. It's JD McKay, no, whatever, the McKay, Patrick McKay." I was like,
yeah.
Holy crap! Like that's okay. That's great, man. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, to be trusted with $1 billion, like that just is incredible and mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. My brother is a teacher, so that's
he's a teacher.
Shout out to teachers. Yeah. So, anyways, but it's just small world of this stuff. But I honestly, I have a confession with the Gollum movie. I couldn't tell if that was real or if I was being tricked by AI on like platforms.
I thought the same thing when he told me about it. I was like, that's probably fake. I don't.
There's so many things like that out there on like whatever your platform choices where it's like beautifully produced poster. I'm like, is this real or is this fake?
Yeah.
But it's real.
There's plenty of that stuff for sure. And some of those AI things are like pretty impressive. Like, I mean, you can tell it's AI, but like, I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm like, I could see this changing in the next few years, like being much easier to make, these worlds that are otherwise like, crazy budgets,
It was an alternative history if Qui-Gon hadn't died and then he like goes to the dark side. It was like a dark Qui-Gon. And I was like, I would watch this. You're already like pretty meta, like an alternative history of a fake, I would watch Qui-Gon becoming Dark Qui-Gon and training Anakin, whatever. Yeah, I would watch that.
It would be a very interesting twist on the character, and something that I just dropped. Some information that just dropped today. apparently, in Lucas cut this and double check me, because I guess you never know what you read anymore on the internet, just like everything. But apparently, Qui-Gon Jinn was originally supposed to be the real Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ewan McGregor's character is supposed to like take up the mantle of Obi-Wan Kenobi or something like that. I read, but
That's interesting.
Oh, weird.
That's interesting. I had not heard. I have to admit, I'm kind of a Qui-Gon like fanboy. Like he's one of my favorite characters because he's like kind of a rogue where he doesn't want to send the Jedi Council because it's too bureaucratic.
Yeah,
those Jedi bureaucrats. I don't want to deal with. Like, that's cool, man. Like, thanks for taking that stand.
He was.
Well, if Qui-Gon had lived, I mean, Anakin probably wouldn't have turned because he probably wouldn't have been so regimented and straight cut like Obi-Wan was. He would have been like, "Nah, bro, Council's whack. Like, you don't need to do that."
Yeah, and like Dooku, like
big,
where he's like, "Yeah, Qui-Gon understood
like,
where I'm coming
bro,
from."
like, we'll figure it out. Let's go to Naboo, go for a swim.
Anakin's destiny would have been completely different had Qui-Gon lived. I'm not even going to get into the whole like
We'll be here for 3
lightsaber situation that's now just everyone lives now but Qui-Gon, and out of everyone that gets stabbed, you want Qui-Gon to live the most.
Well, he's back as a Force ghost in Kenobi, which is the most like random thing, right? He's like, I will be a Force ghost now. Are we opening your stuff, Kyle, or what?
I was going to say, yeah, Kyle, you want to go up next?
Sharing the love here.
Yeah.
We can pivot. All right. So, as some of you know, most of you know, Japanese premiere has been absolutely brutal and devastating for the most part for me, financially and collectible-wise. But now that I pretty much have a full set, now I'm grading these cards. So pretty much anything I get out of here is something I might send in. At this point, I have, oh my God, I got to find where we are here. I have 59 PSA 10s and 93 PSA 9s. And I have about 106 different cards out at PSA right now. The set is 324 cards, so it's pretty big. I'm pretty confident I can get a 9 and 10 set, but if there is a 10 available where I can get a 10, I'm going to try and go for it. So that's why I continue to rip this stuff. And yeah, so if
You're
I
playing
get
a long game here, Kyle, that's too much for me, man.
it's too much, but I'm also thinking there's nothing says I have to be done with this in 3 months, right? If I'm only hyper focused on this, then that's where it is, right? I also wanted to grade like some of the promos and enhanced stuff and Jedi packs and all that stuff, and I have done that for the most part. I could use some better first anthology cards, but those are harder to come across sealed without buying a box. But yeah, other than that, I do have some reflections cards, like the foils I've been grading too, but yeah.
How do you store all your graded stuff? Do you have like a nuclear football like situation happening, or like
a nuclear football? So yeah, I guess I can kind of share that. Let's see. So
very secretive. I knew it. That's like the nuclear football.
Pelican. Yeah, there you go.
So I guess I'll just
do they have locks? like a code?
Yeah, so these are jam-packed with slabs.
Nice.
I have to have 4 of them. I actually need another one. These are getting full, but I have like Lorcana in one. This is all Star Wars CCG Japanese. This has like Galaxy and Bounty Hunter slabs. And then there's miscellaneous Star Wars CCG, so that's like Reflections and like I have some A New Hope white border and some like other Premiere and other random stuff in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, but I'm like, in the meantime.
You can help me with my 1 to 10. I'm trying to do a PSA 1 to 10.
That's actually surprisingly challenging because
I think a lot of the low ones, though, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so. I mean, I have gotten, well, let's put it this way. If you were trying to get like 1 through 10 on the same card, that would definitely take some time, right? If you're just trying to get 1 through 10 of any card, then you could do that because I've definitely gotten grades back of like 3s, 4s, and we've seen some 1s and 2s when we did that lowball competition. So that was fun. I was debating on doing a Hoth whiteboarder set because those cards are actually kind of expensive and harder to come across. Same with like Dagobah whiteboarder. It's just one of those things like nobody talks about, but they're actually kind of challenging to come across. Okay, so we got Bosk and Houndstooth.
Nice.
And this foil actually looks pretty good. Sometimes
tip it down a little bit.
bends and stuff, but it's moderately centered. I mean, it's okay.
My favorite is you can see Bosk there. It's like a good use of early CGI or whatever. It's just like he's like chilling in the cockpit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, let me move these out of the way.
I think it was a really cool idea too to load up characters and starships and also add weapons because deck economy is such a killer when it comes to really making a really fun deck.
I agree, and I think the other thing there as well is just like giving people cards that they want. Fundamentally, like in foil, they want to play with shiny stuff that's fun. That's great.
Yeah. So we got some whiteboarder.
I hope you guys never go down the path of going for the foil set. I went for the full foil set of Lord of the Rings TCG, and it took me like 3 years of messaging random men on the internet for like a long time. I'd be like sitting there like on my phone, and it's like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to a guy in Spain about 2 cards. I'm like, okay, I don't want to know any more about what's going on your phone. Very like furtive or surreptitiously like texting. Like, no, it's not like that. It's actually just very lame.
Yeah, it's not. Trust me, you'd be getting bored with it really quickly.
He'll stop me mid conversation and go, "Wait, I have to check an auction." Give me.
Yeah.
So this is about what I expect, right? Definitely some Jabba's Palace, Cloud City, like I was saying. Definitely some whiteboarder Premier. Although it does have some whiteboarder Dagobah and whiteboarder Hoth, which is actually interesting to see. The Bosk and Houndstooth, I think that's a very rare foil though. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's one of the more common ones. Before I open the other Premier Japanese stuff, I forgot that we have this Pirate Pete box. It's quite large. I can't really show it with my. But,
yeah, I just want to shout out to Pirate Pete. Cole, you're great guy, great company. Definitely hope that anybody checking out this video checks out his store.
So Pirate Pete sent me this. I don't know what's in it. I did place an order with him like shortly after of a bunch of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars CCG stuff. But there's like a lot of packing in here. Okay. There's some mystery pack here. Let's see. There's an envelope.
That's just a nicely written letter. It's like Kyle. It's like personalized.
There's a big Pirate Pete. Like, I don't know if this is like a T-shirt or something. Like,
you guys want wrapping paper? That'd be a great move.
I don't know what this is. It's like
that's all definitely wrapped by a dude. That's the most wrapped by a dude package you've ever seen.
All right, I want to know what's in this big soft bag though. Maybe it's like a Pirate Pete bikini or something for men, you know.
Like the one that Borat wears.
The mankini?
Yeah. I
mean, yeah, I wouldn't object. I'd walk around the house with it, I'm sure.
I haven't heard Borat reference in like a month. It's been a while.
Oh snap. It's a R2D2 shirt.
Oh wow.
R2D2.
It's cool. Yeah. So I have a C3PO one. Now I have a R2D2 one. Oh, there's more than one in here. Let me see.
That's
Pirate. It's a Pirate Pete shirt.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, that's really generous of him.
Is it the nice material shirt? Like, what's the what I mean? Like, it's a nice material.
Yeah, this is actually really nice. Comfort colors. It's not that like fast fashion Target $5 T-shirt stuff. If that's what you're talking about, it's not that. Oh, that's pretty nice.
I don't want to give away my secret of some of my tees, but Target does have cool graphic tees these days. That's where I got my.
They do, but they don't last. Like they're really thin. They get holes in them easily.
Yeah.
But yes, they are cheap, and they do have stuff you want on them. All right, let's see what this is. This got this. What's this? Is this a slab? Oh, it is a slab. Looks like a Star Wars Unlimited graded card.
I'm getting pretty into Star Wars Unlimited. Actually, this is a good segue to talk about Star Wars. Is anyone else kind of dipping their toes in Star Wars Unlimited world?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I have. Oh, look at this. It's Ray. It's a hyperspace Gemmin 10.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty awesome. That's what's called a hyperspace. So you see there's no border. It just means borderless. That's a pretty cool. That's no small gift.
No, fantastic. And it's a
cool.
legendary. It's a legendary.
Yeah, it's from set 2.
Yeah, it's a legendary from set 2. So yeah, I got the first one. I did buy some boxes, and I did buy some bulk lots. I have a ton of foils. I have not completed like the entire play set, but I do have a decent amount, and I have played a lot of it. It is a good game. It is diverse. It's just, I think you were talking before we started getting into this of just they're dropping now the 3rd set. Like there's a pre-release this weekend, right? And it's going to officially drop like the following weekend. But like it's going to be hard to stay on top of it. And if you really want to collect it, I mean, between getting the base, the hyperspace, the foil regular of the base, and the hyperspace foil, and there's like 280 cards in a set, like easily. It's a lot. And then there's all these promos and other stuff.
You just got to pick your poison with that stuff, right? I mean, the other thing I'll say about like a game like this that just came out is it grades well. Like it's just not hard to get a 10 because printing quality is better. There's less jank. There's less sort of attrition that's happening to the cards sitting in a damp room over 20 years, whatever. So generally it grades really well.
It's a game to play. It's definitely a game to play.
I agree. I enjoy playing it. I actually just played a week ago in a tournament where I got 3rd place, which was kind of cool. I got
very cool
$7 in store credit. So it's
nice.
Pretty sick brag.
There's like a coaster here and some swaggy
perfect scenario
to share for Pirate Pete right here. Shout out to Pirate Pete.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this is. Coruscant cards.
Kyle, at some point we're gonna have to pick your head about grading because that's something we want to explore down the road.
Yeah, I think, like Matt was saying, like pick your poison. I wouldn't go out of my way personally. Like this is cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to knock this at all. I think it's awesome. But in my mind, like grading all of Star Wars Unlimited would just be like kind of silly. Whereas like grading Star Wars CCG or Lord of the Rings, even, that's like kind of uncharted territory in some respects.
Oh, what is that?
So there's these 3 Pirate Pete mystery packs.
That's
then
cool.
There's some more Gold Leader, Red Leader, and Red 1, Asteroid Sanctuary. Free Jedi pack, which is awesome because now I can potentially send more into grade. We got Jedi Knights trading card game. Oh my God, a Reflections 3 pack. Are you kidding me right now? Hoth
nice.
and Dagobah revised? Are you kidding me right now? These are such a pain to get. They're like $20 a pop for those. And there's not too many sellers offering those loose. I think low key, those are going to be like harder and harder to find, especially the boxes too. Like I'm glad I got one years ago because now they're just like creeping up in price. And there's like one, I think Hoth revise on for sale. It's like $700. There's like 30 something watchers on it. Like there's a lot of people that are like, I think I want to.
No one was like to make the move, but they're like, I want to watch someone else make the move.
Yeah. Like, do I want to dab in this?
See where it gets to.
I actually have one of those like first print stickers like on one of these, but I remember seeing the cards. You did a whole thing on them, Matt, right? Didn't you do like a whole special on these? Like walking through?
Yeah. I thought I was going to try to learn how to play it. Then I was just like, I don't have the brain space to do all of this. I can't just know it's too much. The cognitive load is actually real.
I don't know enough people that know how to play it, interestingly enough, but I know there's product available if people want to get into it. All right. So I have to know what is in these cards for sure. first of all, this is super generous of Pirate Pete. So
We had a very similar experience where it felt like too much. He's like Santa Claus. He's just so generous.
yeah, and I'm glad I placed an order with him for more stuff because this is really legit. I mean, even these are kind of cool. They're like he branded everything.
Oh, I got some stuff from him. I'm reusing those because that's great to save a top load. Are those what are those?
These are Star Wars Galaxy, the original Galaxy cards, like from the 90s. They had a series like 1 through 5. Like this is 1995.
Wow.
Galaxy cards. So the newer Galaxies that they have out, like 2021 to now 2024, a lot of them are recreations of these cards. So they might be this art, but then they might add like foil versions or refractors and stuff like that. But getting these base sets are still reasonably priced, and like the artwork on them is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to like try and just get like a full base set. I've been putting together random base sets from Top stuff that's not that expensive and just throwing in binders because like yeah, the artwork's kind of cool, and like I don't need to spend $300 on like a new box when you could just get a complete set. Like yeah, I'm not gonna pull a super fractor, but like that's fine. Like you know, like I don't need all the high end stuff from every set ever. Tim Courtney, what is this?
Yeah, and that is some really cool art, and it's almost like those uncut sheets where you can frame them up and then you can display them, like whether it's in your game room or like at a random place. Like, I mean, I find it. This might sound weird, but like I find like your guest's restroom in your house. That's a cool place to display like all your unique like art stuff. It's like good for conversations. They all usually like, oh hey, what was that from, or where'd you take that picture, or stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like why I have like a bunch of labs on the wall, because it's just like cool conversation topics. Like I actually like looking at them.
Yeah.
I can rotate them around, and anytime somebody comes in, they're like, oh, these are kind of neat, like what are these? We got some more Galaxy cards here. I've not seen these before. That's pretty neat. Okay, this one I have seen before. They did do a modern version of this card, but
that's pretty neat.
But this is kind of a cool one. Yeah, they're all in like different art styles, right? Like different artists did them for the set.
Yeah.
And then they have like different variations of them. It says Matthew Hollingsworth from Dark Horse Comics, right? Reprinting. Like they kind of tell you like who did
Yeah,
this.
yeah, in case you're like, hey, I'm a fan of that artwork. I want to go get some stuff from that artist. Okay, I'll check out this comic book series or something like that. It's a good way to discover.
Yeah, in fact, one of the sets like didn't have the artist names on it, and like the top Star Wars community like went into a riot. They're like, how could you not credit the artist? Like
it happens.
It's like it's all about the art, and that's the reason like some of these sketch cards get like so much attention, because they like the art of them,
Oh yeah, those are cool.
All right, so this is super generous. I don't really know where to begin here, but should we be opening these packs, or like
let's save that stuff for another day? Let's do the Japanese packs at hand.
Let's focus on the Japanese in hand.
You could do a whole nother series with those ones. And like maybe give them the shout out to Pirate P at the front end would be good.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So normally I save one of these packs to make an own video, so I have content going for months and months, right?
That's the thing about the content machine. You got to keep feeding it.
I got to keep feeding it. That's right.
Speaking of that, again, Kyle, I've been really enjoying, like, anytime you do a Japanese pack rip, I know that we're going to get some really sick edits in there. So, like, I love seeing that stuff. And I know it takes a lot of time just developing the idea, then cutting it together, mixing the audio levels, all that stuff. So, like, I super, super appreciate that. And then, Matt, your tier list, man, like, that's some of the most entertaining content out there.
It helps having good guests. I think that's the key to all of it. It's just like the amount of people that have entertained me to sit for an hour and talk and shoot the breeze. It's been like honestly a great way just to meet people and kind of like hang out, and like Steve, who has done a bunch with me, has just become like a good friend. So it's kind of just a fun. Usually we do the videos in like 40 minutes, then I'm like just hang out and chat for a while afterwards. It's nice to.
I want to be on one of those tier list videos, and I want to talk about the Star Wars IP shows, content, all that good stuff. All right, so we've got our commons out of the way. Now we're into uncommons. You can already see there's like factory streak lines on here. Luckily, I already got this guy in PSA 10, so I don't really care. But all right, so we got our first dark uncommon, our second dark uncommon. This is Kessel. Out of nowhere is our Rebel uncommon.
It's getting a little blurry, Kyle, just so you know. I don't know what's going on. It's maybe it's the Japanese. It's not appearing well.
That works. I think it's getting there.
Quality.
Yeah, it's getting there, maybe.
You gotta tell. All right. Is this a Tarkin Seeker? Are we taking bets?
No, it is not.
I actually think it's going to be like, I'm going to say it's going to be an R1, but it'll be like Presence of the Jedi or something.
Okay. Let's see what type of card it is. Okay. It's Imperial, and it looks like it could be an effect or interrupt.
Presence of the Force. Presence of the Force.
Presence of the Force is a good guess there.
Let's guess with Destiny number 4. Tactical recall. Andy's going to get a good laugh out of that one. So this is one of those cards I don't currently have graded at the moment, but I do have a few put aside to send out. All right, but it's not a Tarkin Seeker.
It's a win then.
It's
God. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if that's even better for your content now, since that's like a gimmick, but
I want to get a t-shirt of a big Tarkin Seeker and just like wear that out. Like that's going to be my signature.
If you get one and then you open up packs, you'll never get another Tarkin Seeker again.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, the interesting thing is I've gotten these packs from all over the world, from multiple different sellers. So they're definitely all from multiple packs. So in theory, I could have a stack of 40 of these and like half of them could be Tarkin Seekers. Like they could, you know, like there's probably not going to be as good as stuff, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a Rebel rare.
Here we go.
So it could be a Tarkin Seeker. All right. First Rebel, second Rebel, third Rebel, fourth Rebel, fifth Rebel. Now we're on to common Imperial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're on to uncommons. This you can't really tell, but this also has streak lines going right up through Colonel Wolf Yularen. So this is not one I would grade.
Cool character in Andor.
Yeah. I can't wait for Andor season 2, by the way. Man, they killed that right. All right. Second uncommon. All right. First Rebel uncommon. And all right.
You got these packs mapped out. I never remember the order like this.
All right. Is this going to be a weapon, effect, interrupt, location? A lot of interrupts.
I'm going to say a starship. I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say a starship.
I'm going to say it's a lightsaber, which would be actually a good get.
Ooh.
No, that's bad.
Card.
Maybe Revolution. That'd be good. Maybe.
That would be good.
Revolution.
Kent Dragonhow.
Oh, Craig Dragonhow. I do have that one graded already, so this will go into my extra rare pile, but it is an R1, and it doesn't pop up very often, so not a bad card. Not a terrible.
From here it looked pretty clean.
Yeah, it does. There's 2 in existence, both PSA 10. The funny thing is the first one that dropped, people were bidding on it, and I think I bid up to like $220 or something, and somebody outbid me.
Wow.
230 something. But I'm like, who is spending money on this card? I was kind of like annoyed and confused. I was like, why am I paying? And I didn't win it, but then I had the opportunity to send one in because I had one, and then when it graded well, I was like, oh, now I'm glad I didn't win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know who else is collecting this, who's crazy enough to do this. I know Robert John has like dabbled into a little bit of it, but yeah, if you're secretly holding out and you're seeing this, I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's open up another one, friends. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Rebel rare. Trying to think what I would want on the Rebel side, rarity wise. I really could use a Han Solo, but the likeliness of me getting that is pretty slim. All right.
You pull a Leia recently?
Yeah, I did pull a Leia. I have that one graded, and now I have an extra one. So I was gonna list it, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait till I have a whole bunch of rares at once and maybe do a bulk buy. I mean, the thing is, Japanese rares for the most part are not worth that much right now. Like, you can buy a lot of them for under $15. A lot of them are twos. So
Where did you get these packs from, Kyle?
who knows? Japan.
Just a pile of stuff you
Random
got sitting.
sellers like on Facebook Marketplace, eBay.
Secretly, there was some guy down at the corner. He opened up his jack and he's like, "I got some Japanese packs, man."
Seriously,
like some people are like, "Where'd you find this, man?" Like, this is like these people that find random stuff in their garages. I still contest that. I think like the seventh wonder of the world is the American garage, right? Like all the random stuff that people pull out. It's like, oh, I got a snowmobile in here as well as some rare collectible cards.
Did you guys see that guy who posted all those cases of sealed Star Wars CCG like a month ago, 2 months ago?
That was nuts. There's the Reflections case that was posted recently. It was like 6 boxes. Are you talking about a different one?
Well, I was like, he had like a sealed case of Death Star, Endor Special Edition. Like, it was it was insane.
All right, what is this? There's a Rebel Rare back here. What are we thinking? Weapon, interrupt, effect?
I'm gonna go with character. I want to be optimistic.
Character. What do you think, Matt?
Oh man, this has been grim for you. I'm gonna say it's like a main though. I'm gonna say it's Han, just to be optimistic. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Oh yes! Yes, we pulled a Han. Oh my god, that's so epic.
That's
holy moly. Oh my god.
Okay, well, I feel lucky now. I use my luck up for the week, for the year.
Moly.
That's awesome.
Oh
man.
my
That's
god.
a great looking card.
Oh, this card looks so good. The corners are like perfect. Oh my god. Holy
I would love to get that signed by. I mean, you're gonna get it autographed or not autographed, graded, but I would love to get that signed by Harrison Ford. Like that's what like excites me. Like getting something like that signed by Harrison Ford, and then you want to grade it. But
oh my god, holy shnikes!
Here's hoping Harrison would sign it.
Oh my god, that just made all this.
Yeah, I heard he doesn't really like signing stuff.
No, he doesn't.
I have a couple friends that are working on 1923 right now, and all I can say is he's a professional. He's a good guy to work with. As long as you keep it professional, I've heard nothing but great things about him personally.
Yeah, I think he loves the craft. I think he loves acting. I think he'll do it till as long as he physically can. Like he likes getting paid, but I think he just likes acting. I don't think he's like insane love with, Star Wars per se or indie, but just loves to be able to work. I can appreciate that.
Totally, man. And I cannot believe you just pulled that and Matt. I can't believe you called it.
Holy moly. That just made it all freaking worth it. It's so funny. I was just about to figure out if I need to buy another one. Like crap, I really don't want to. Technically, I never got a loose Han Solo for my PC set. I ended up getting a PSA 9 Han Solo, but my intention was always to get another one to finish the set. So technically, this is the last card I needed for the set. So that's pretty epic.
I'm so glad I'm so happy that it happened for you during this video too. Man.
God. Yeah. Dude, I've had such terrible luck. So this is very rewarding out of a booster.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, right? A loose booster. So where do we go from here? Should I open this starter box or do we just say
I honestly would just not push your luck, but that's not me.
I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead here.
You do awesome. You.
All right, this was awesome. This is very awesome. All right, no pressure, Jack. I hope you ripped something awesome.
Oh, geez. I know. To follow that act, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I think everybody needs to take a swig of their beverage first.
Oh, my God.
That was cool, man. I'm so happy for you. That is such a cool thing to do. And,
man,
do this on stream, too, man. That's going to be hopefully talked about for a little bit. I saw one guy made like a best hits video. The CCG collector. I'm not exactly sure his name, but anyways, so still working on a Dagobah set myself. Opening up some reflections just for the fun of it. Ideally, executor or executor, however you say it, Yoda, Son of Skywalker, all the bounty hunters. Really anything is fun in Dagobah, even though I know it's not a very playable set and it kind of ruined a lot for some people. But we'll see. We'll see how it all comes together here.
Yeah, Dagobah, yes, it has a lot of like hits that aren't exciting, but it also has some of the best hits.
Yeah.
Game. So like getting the bounty hunters and the
ship
stuff is so
great.
cool.
Yoda's
great. That's a fun card, Anger, Fear, Aggression.
Holy moly, man.
He's useful. There's like a lot of useful Imperials in there.
Yoda's Hope.
Nice.
Yeah, I do appreciate Yoda's Hope here. All right. So I guess we're going to take any guesses here? It is a light side card.
It's
a light side card.
So. Do they have any rare creatures? I feel like it's going to be
like isn't a Space Slug run?
I can't remember.
I want to say it's like some creature that like no one's going to use.
I think this is a location.
Ooh. Yoda's Hut. Yoda's Hut? That's a good.
I actually need, what's the swamp, the landing site? It has red 5 on it.
Oh, yeah. Dagobah clearing? No, he's not clearing.
If this is that, this is a win in my book. Yoda's Hut.
Yoda's Hut's
still pretty good. Hey, it's a Twix. That's pretty cool. I do appreciate that.
I want to say I graded I have a graded white border Yoda's Hut and a foil Yoda's Hut, but not a black border Yoda's Hut. Did I ever show you what those look like?
No.
They're so like I got them HGA custom slabbed. Here, wait, hold on.
That's the so when I talked about looking to get stuff graded, HGA is something that we're considering just because of the displaying factor, not the resale.
The quality doesn't really come out, doesn't really do its service, but I thought they were just pretty cool. So
yeah, no, I mean that's why HGA. That's when we talked about getting stuff graded. It's just for the display factor, not for the resale.
I mean, most people end up talking about those slabs more than anything else. They're like, "This is so cool." I'm like, "Well, the card itself is not worth anything. I just like looking at it,
I love my Tunnel Visions.
Tunnel Vision's just a solid card.
I didn't realize how important of a card it was until I started playing Draft and Cube, and I was like, "Wow, that's actually super playable." All right, any guesses?
Give me the side here. Light side, dark side.
It is dark side.
I'm gonna say it's Avenger.
Avenger. Okay, I like that. Kyle?
It's gonna be some effect with like a creature in it or something. Some random ass effect.
I think that's
it's a character.
Oh, it's a character. Okay.
Let's get Bounty Hunters, my guess. Zuckuss, maybe?
Oh, it's a 1 though.
Destiny 1.
It's gonna be a good bounty.
All right, so droid or alien? What are we gonna say?
I think alien. Well, I guess it might be. I guess Forlom and IG-88, right?
Yeah.
Or Bosk, right? Or Zuckuss.
We got a droid.
Oh, okay.
Forlom.
That narrows it down. Forlom. All right, that's cool. Hey, that's another win in my book.
That is a win. It's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, totally.
Such a funny picture. He looks so robotic.
That's the one thing about Dagobah. It's got a lot of random ass cards, but it's got some of the coolest ones. I think. I remember as a kid just thinking these bounty hunter cards are so cool, but it was just so hard to come across them because you had to rip a lot of packs generally to get to them.
So the centering isn't perfect, but since I pulled this is going to go into those cards that I don't, sell. I would send this to HGA just because of the display factor. shout out to Anthony Daniels and whoever the actor is that was in this suit, because I saw some of the wardrobe that those guys had to go through, sometimes wearing 12 hours a day. And this does not look comfortable. So whoever is the actor that played Forlom, man, I mean, shout out to them.
Let me see that.
Yeah,
yeah. I want to say at Star Wars Celebration maybe 2 years ago or the last year, they had somebody on stage like get into his suit and try and act in it. It was like one of the speakers, right? And he was like, "Oh my god, this is actually like really difficult. Like you can't really see, like mobility is limited. It's really tight, you know." And Anthony was just like, "Yeah, it's actually really difficult, you know, like to be C3PO." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I get it now."
Yeah, it's to do what they do. I mean, it takes a lot of just good tempered ego, I guess, more or less. But yeah, patience is a good word for it.
Resilience.
That's what I think.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Great card.
Ghoul, that's a rare.
So, yeah, that's not a rare.
Bright Hope, another rare.
Gas Miner, Trooper Salt, just great card. Annoying card, great card.
Dator Calfas, common. Rebel Pilot, common.
Oh, I see the foil poking back. It looks like it's
hold on. It's the foil is gonna be a Rebel.
You're gonna put that at the
I'm
back.
gonna put it back, yeah. Dagobah training area.
Rebel.
Yeah, Echo Base Command Center. Control.
Maybe a Commander Luke
card.
Commander Prodigy. All right. Destiny 1. It's a
Princess Leia?
I think this is either Princess Leia, Organa, or Captain Han Solo. And
I think it's Lando.
You think it's Lando? Okay.
Oh,
I guess.
I'm gonna roll with Leia just because I want it to be Leia.
It's a 7.
I think that's Captain Han then. I think Han is
Princess Leia. Nikki got it.
I win.
Nikki won that one.
That's great foil.
It's a gorgeous card.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous card, and I actually think it's one of the best looking Leia cards. I know this is a card that doesn't see a lot of play in the game.
I have one of these.
Yeah, I got you one of these. Yeah, and I put one in your deck.
Yeah, there's one in my deck.
I do think it is one of the.
I like it as a foil, even though like foils don't matter as much in Star Wars cards as it does in Lord of the Rings. I still really appreciate a nice foil.
Yeah, no, that is nice. Yeah, I know that she's not one of the most playable cards, but I do appreciate good Cloud City Leia. All right.
I'm gonna guess it's an Imperial foil, and it's probably gonna be like 2-1B or something. No, that's a Rebel one, right? 2X. What's that droid? That Hoth medical droid.
Oh yeah. IO.
Oh well, there is IOTO or ITO, but I was thinking of that medical droid. I think it's like 2X.
Oh yeah. I forget that guy's name. Shit. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to curse there.
Oh my god, my ears are so offended.
And I was the one worried about cursing.
I know, right? Okay.
Well, it's safe.
An Imperial foil.
Oh,
a little dinosaur creature.
There's a creature. See, you did get a Dagobah creature, so.
There we go. Probe droid laser. Oh, I cannot get your ship out.
That's a white for Dagobah.
Yeah, one more white border. Okay. Scoplink access. Okay, so. Okay.
Vader Saber is my guess.
Oh, is it a weapon?
I think it might be.
I think it's a weapon. Oh no, it's a cloud. Boba Fett blaster.
I think you're right. Boba Fett's blaster rifle. All right. Well, nice. Boba Fett is kind of my dude, so you know that's a pretty cool one to pull there.
No, I think it's a good. It's not a bad weapon as far as bounty hunter weapons go. So.
No, and yeah, I think there is like a foil line in there, but it's not. Yeah,
there's two.
Yeah,
like kind of comes right up the middle there.
Oh yeah, I do see that now. Yeah, but hey, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, at least it wasn't a red card.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, man, this was a lot of fun. Pulling that Leia was great, and seeing that Han. Matt, I feel bad. You don't have anything to rip.
I know. I'm just like, honestly, I'm taking a bit of a in the breaks on collecting. I just like hit a big goal of finishing all these Lord of the Rings foils. I'm like, I just need to chill. I just need to like kind of enjoy stuff right now, and not open packs or buy stuff or just happy. Just be happy with what you have. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Well said.
But yeah, I think I'll probably get back into stuff in the new year, but it's kind of like you meet a goal and you're like, what do you do now? It's kind of not like emptiness, but it's like, oh, I got to the finish line now. Should I do another lap? What do I do after I finish? So,
I mean, to complete an entire movie block foil collection, from what it sounds like, is no easy task. And I mean,
it's like 1,900 foils, man. It was a lot. It's just a lot of spreadsheets. I was like, oh, does someone have these following 4 from set 6? So I can trade you stuff. And trading, I tried doing mostly trading. So I just spent a lot of time in spreadsheets. I'm like, this is like a job, like a part-time job, trading with guys in Czech Republic and Poland and stuff.
Do you mind telling the story how you got the foil on the Royal Flame of the West?
I'm trying to remember how I got it. I think I got that from a guy that reached out via my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, that's the fun thing about having a little channel is like people do like reach out and I love it. I love talking to people about this stuff. And he's like, oh, I have some stuff. And we end up doing a trade and we're still in touch. He like texts me sometimes. Like he's really into collecting Dragon Ball Z, which I'm like, I can't go down another hole. It can exist. I don't want to know anything about it. Even I used to watch that show so much. I collected the cards a little bit. Like, no, I cannot have another thing to collect or do. My brain is full.
Yeah, I mean, with Star Wars CCG and Lord of the Rings, I mean, I'm playing, those draft cubes, and I'm like, wait a second, I forgot the lightsaber 4-strain bonus. Oh, Jesus, like I can't. Yeah, to try to get into another card game right now, I sympathize with you.
Yeah, my wallet can't afford it either. I'll just say but it was not a cheap thing to get all the. I'm happy with it. I've tried it right now. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I want to buy new sleeves and then double sleeve them all, and then we get new binders. I started doing the math. I'm like, man, do I want to spend $350 on accessories? Just like, and then my friend Andy was telling me, he's like, really want to get for foils and a binder for long-term storage. You want to get the little silica gel, like those little things that kind of like preserve food, like help because those absorb moisture. And I'm like, it's pretty advanced. But also, I heard you can get 100 of those for like $6 on Amazon or something.
Oh, gel packets, right, or something.
Yeah, because you can stick them in like a binder that zips up, and then they're going to absorb the moisture and help with the foil curling. And I'm like, okay, it's a nice idea.
Well, I mean, I think that's not a terrible idea considering, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a complete foil movie block set is, a couple grand, more than a couple grand, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like a used car. So I'm like, how you should treat your used car well, and it will do, be kind to you. So, but it was over like 4 years, so it's been kind of like slow and steady. But yeah, I mean, I'm so happy that you're in this hobby. It's a lot of fun. I'm happy you're playing it and kind of enjoying it and not just sitting on collections. Like that's the way to do it, is to use this stuff. So that's fun. And Kyle, obviously, finally some good pulls for you, man. I'm really happy for you.
I'm glad you were all here to witness it. And since you're good luck, now we're going to have to do this again.
Make sure like do a reel or something, like get a bunch of little clips out of this.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, I can't believe what I pulled.
Oh my God.
49-minute mark or something.
This has been good because I know Andy doesn't get his full Schadenfreude kick out of this video. So it makes me feel good for once.
Yeah.
But this has been awesome, guys. I think we're going to wrap up. Were there any final thoughts on, kind of what we got? I mean, at least for me, I have to say Pirate Pete is crazy generous with all this stuff, and I'm thrilled that he was able to share this, and I know he shared stuff with you guys, Jack and Nikki too. Definitely check out his store if you have not already, because this guy is legit. So really thrilled about that.
Kyle's going to leave a link to the store and to Jack and Nikki's channel and all that sort of stuff in the show notes. So check that out.
Yep.
Give them a like and a follow and all that.
And Jack's channel, definitely check those out. If you have not already, you'd be crazy not to. And definitely Pirate Pete. I will leave something in there. So thanks for joining, guys. This has been great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for hanging, everybody.
Deuces.